My name is Ivan, and I used to work as a night security guard at an old textile warehouse on the edge of town. It wasn't the kind of job you brag about, barely paid enough, and the building always smelled like mold and motor oil. But it was quiet, and quiet meant safe, or so I thought. My shifts ran from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. The warehouse was decommissioned years ago, but the company still used it for storage, rows of huge containers, stack pallets, and broken down sewing machines wrapped in dusty plastic. Each night, I did a standard walkthrough at the beginning of my shift, then again around 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. There were only 3 working security cameras inside. The rest had been out of order since before I was hired. Management said it wasn't worth fixing since nothing valuable was stored there, just old industrial junk. Still, my job was to patrol, log it in the sheet, and stay awake. At around 2:10 a.m., I heard something while doing my second walk. It was faint, like metal dragging across concrete. I stopped, waited. Nothing. I chalked it up to my imagination or maybe a rat. I'd seen a few of them, big, fast, and unbothered by humans. But then I noticed something odd. One of the large storage containers in the southeast corner, Unit 24, was open. Only slightly. Like someone had cracked it, just enough to peek inside. Now, those containers don't open easily. They're sealed with rusted lever locks that take both hands to yank. I had personally checked Unit 24 2 nights before. It was shut tight. I walked over, flashlight steady. Inside, I found what looked like a rolled-up sleeping bag and an empty thermos. Was someone living here? I radioed it in. The day team said they'd look into it. They never did. The cameras barely worked. But camera 2, the one overlooking the back hallway, was functional. That night, around 3 a.m., I was reviewing the loop when I saw it. A figure. No clear face. Just a tall outline standing still in the hallway, facing the wall. I rewound. Played it again. There. 2:58 a.m. to 3:01 a.m., standing like a statue. Then suddenly, gone. No footsteps. No turning. Just not there anymore. I walked to that hallway myself. Empty. But the air smelled different. Like metal. Or sweat. I didn't sleep that day. It started around midnight. I was in the control room, scanning the monitors, when I heard a voice. Very soft. Almost inaudible. It sounded like someone repeating my name. Ivan. Ivan. The sound wasn't coming from the speakers. It was behind me. I turned sharply. No one. I checked every room in the warehouse. Nothing. But the whispering continued. Sporadic. Not loud enough to pinpoint. The worst part? It knew my name. At 3:47 a.m., the emergency exit by Unit 24 blared. It was the first time the alarm had gone off during my shift. I ran. The exit door was slightly open, swaying gently. Cold air rushed in. But there was no one around. Just inside the door, on the floor, was a boot print. Large. But what made me freeze was what lay next to it. My logbook. Open. Tonight's page already filled in. In handwriting that wasn't mine. The entry read, 3:47 a.m. Alarm triggered. No escape possible. Still watching. I almost didn't come in that night. I told my supervisor something wasn't right. He laughed it off. Just rats and rusty doors. You've been watching too many horror flicks. But I came in. I needed the money. At 2:16 a.m., while patrolling, I passed Unit 24 again. The container was wide open. Inside, the sleeping bag was gone. Now there was something else. A mirror, propped up against the metal wall. It was cracked and smeared. On the glass, written in some thick dark substance, maybe grease, maybe something else, were the words, "Turn around." I didn't. I ran. I made it to the control room, locked the door, and called the police. Told them someone had broken in. I needed help. They arrived at 4:05 a.m. They searched the place. Found no one. But they did find a camping tent hidden behind a row of crates. And photos. Dozens of Polaroids. Of me. Sleeping. Walking. Even standing in front of Unit 24. They asked if I knew who took them. I didn't. I quit the next day. A year later, that warehouse is still there, still empty, still under surveillance. But last week, I passed by and saw something. One of the upper windows, second floor, was lit. And for a second, it feels like I saw myself standing in that window, smiling.